Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives. And in this video, I wanted to talk about Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan in the 1991 NBA Finals. And just, some observations that I've had. I'd recently watched Game 3 and can't remember, maybe it was Game 1 and Game 3 or Game 3 and Game 4. I can't remember which game it was. It might have been Game 2 and Game 3, actually. But I rewatched some of these games from 1991 NBA Finals. And like I said, not for any kind of educational purposes or homework reasons or research reasons. It was more for entertainment reasons. Because, like I said, it's the golden era of NBA. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, two of my favorite players of all time. And like I said, man, it's just a great series, man. Like I said, it's just great to watch Michael Jordan in that series. And like I said, even Magic Johnson in that series was sensational. And I want to talk about it in this channel because in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled by all the support, man. It really means a lot, guys. So shout out to everybody in the membership. You guys sharing your stories with me, sharing the info. Like I said, emailing me, sending me messages. I try to get back to you guys, man. So forgive me if I don't get back to you guys right away, man. I try to always look at these comments. I try to interact with you guys. I do everything off my cell phone, so it's hard for me sometimes. So much respect to everybody for rolling with me, guys, and standing up. Thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. Excuse me for a second, guys. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I had recently been watching the 1991 NBA Finals. Like I said, I believe it was games like maybe 2 and games 3 that I watched. And game 3 to me is just one of my favorite games of that series. It might be my favorite game of that series because to me, like I said, they had the biggest shot of Michael Jordan's career to me in that series. And in that game 3, at the end of that game, when Scotty Pippen fouled out and Michael Jordan hit that shot to send it overtime and, all this stuff, man. It was just, like I said, and it was a tied 1-1. They were in L.A. and the first NBA Finals for the Bulls. I mean, that was the game right there, guys. That was the game, the pivotal game to me was that game 3. But, when people talk now, once again, they try to rewrite the history of the 1991 NBA Finals, the Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan dynamic, the matchup between them. Oftentimes, you'll hear people say things, a lot of these LeBron James fans, these Jordan detractors, people who are being disingenuous, don't know the history of the NBA. They like to talk about how Michael Jordan, couldn't guard Magic Johnson, so they had to switch Scotty Pippen on him. That's what they'll say, right? They'll just give you that statement without giving any context or perspective here because it's not an accurate statement. So once again, when you watch this series, what you notice is that Michael Jordan is oftentimes starting the game on Magic Johnson. That's how the games went. Michael Jordan started the game on Magic Johnson, and then eventually they would switch, put Scotty Pippen on Magic Johnson, but then Michael Jordan would go back on on Magic Johnson. So this wasn't as if Michael Jordan was starting Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's killing Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson's doing this. Magic Johnson's doing that. And then they have to replace or take off Michael Jordan and then put Scotty Pippen on him. And then Scotty Pippen proceeds to guard Magic Johnson for the rest of the game. That's not how it went down, guys. That's not how it went down. It would be, once again, a switching on and off. Michael Jordan on Magic Johnson, Scotty Pippen on Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan on Magic Johnson, Scotty Pippen on Magic Johnson. Other players were even guarding Magic Johnson. It wasn't just them two. There were times that Magic Johnson was matched up with Paxson. This is the truth here. These are the facts, man. Maybe he was matched up against a Horace Grant or B.J. Armstrong, or Craig Hodges or somebody like that. You never knew. Sometimes on these switches, Magic Johnson would be, but most of the time he was guarded by Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And they used that strategy, guys. There was a reason why they used that strategy. Once again, like I've told you guys on this channel, one of the benefits of having Scottie Pippen on the team for a Michael Jordan was that Scottie Pippen could relieve some of the pressure off of Michael Jordan on the defensive end. Because Michael Jordan had to do so much offensively, right? They needed to give some pressure relief on the defensive end. And this was Scottie Pippen allowed Michael Jordan to do, to take a breather on the defensive end. So, essentially, Michael Jordan did not always have to guard the other team's greatest perimeter player, their greatest threat on the perimeter every single night. He didn't have to do this. That's what Scottie Pippen allowed Michael Jordan to do. It allowed Michael Jordan to take a rest on the bench for a couple of minutes and not have the game get out of hand. Right? Before Scottie Pippen came around, Michael Jordan take a rest on the bench, the Bulls would get blown out. So if it was a 5-point deficit, Michael Jordan goes out for 2 minutes. Now it's a 15-point deficit. It's a 12-point deficit. Whatever the case may be. This was going on for the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, those first 2-3 seasons there before the development of guys like Scottie Pippen and the Horace Grants and the guys like B.J. Armstrong and Paxson's coming along, the Bill Cartwrights. But another thing that you hear from people say about the Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, the 91 finals is that Magic Johnson was old. He was washed up. He had HIV. So that meant that Magic Johnson wasn't good. The Lakers weren't a good team. Once again, Michael Jordan did not play anybody in the NBA Finals. Another excuse that they make for Michael Jordan's greatness. When in reality, Magic Johnson was coming off of back-to-back MVP wins in 1989 and 1990. Back-to-back MVPs, guys. And he was the runner-up to the MVP during the 1991 season, in fact. So that sounds like, to me, someone in the middle of their prime, at the peak. You won back-to-back MVPs. You almost won 3 in a row. You were runner-up in 90 to 91. So that sounds like someone who's playing pretty damn good basketball. That was Magic Johnson, guys. Don't forget the Los Angeles Lakers also beat the #1 seeded Portland Trail Blazers in the in the Western Conference Finals that year. The same Portland Trail Blazers team that was in the finals in 1990. The Trailblazers essentially could have went to 3 straight NBA Finals, guys, from 1990, 91, and we all know they were there in 92. But they had the best record in the league, I believe, in 91. And the Lakers beat them in the Western Conference Finals, guys. The Lakers were a very good team with James Worthy, with Byron Scott, with A.C. Green, with Vlade Divac, with Magic Johnson. They were a very, very formidable team, guys. That's why they were in the finals. So don't believe the hype that they were washed up. And when you watch the NBA Finals, what you notice is that Magic Johnson was sensational, guys. He was sensational, going against 2 of the greatest offensive players on the perimeter in the history of the game. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, and both really at the peaks. This is peak Michael Jordan. This is peak Scottie Pippen to me. 91 Scottie Pippen. This is when he was really the best on both sides. To me, Scottie Pippen in the second three-peat, he started to fall in love more with the outside jump shot. He shot a lot more threes. I feel like that took away from his game. He wasn't slashing as much, being as aggressive. And on the defensive end, these guys, they were older then. So to me, 91 Bulls, Jordan and Pippen, they were at their best. That's their best to me. And that dynamic, Magic Johnson was going against these guys. And Magic Johnson was going to work. And why was Magic Johnson going to work? Because he's Magic Johnson. Like I told you guys in the other video, I find it so hilarious when people say, yo, Magic Johnson was beating Michael Jordan in the 91 NBA Finals. Scottie Pippen had to switch out on Magic Johnson. They had to switch Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan on Magic Johnson. Yeah, no duck, he's Magic Johnson, you fools. That's not taken away from Michael Jordan. That's not taken away from Scottie Pippen. They're going against the greatest point guard in the history of the game. And at that point in time, in 1991, Magic Johnson, once again, guys, was at the peaks. And he's regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of the game. One of the greatest competitors. One of the greatest leaders. That's who they were going against. But they want you to believe that, it's a knock on Michael Jordan because he was having a hard time guarding Magic Johnson. Because Magic Johnson was posting up Michael Jordan. He was posting up Scottie Pippen. Look how Magic Johnson attacked Michael Jordan. He would always turn his back to Michael Jordan. Why would he do that? Because he knew he didn't want to dribble the ball in front of Michael Jordan like that. Because Michael Jordan would rip him. So he turned his back to Michael Jordan, used his size and used his vision, right? To play against Michael Jordan. To beat him. So he would post up Michael Jordan. Even though Michael Jordan was strong, Magic Johnson's taller. He's bigger. He used his IQ. He used his vision, like I said, against Michael Jordan. He couldn't do that as much against Scottie Pippen. That's why they switched. It's a different dynamic. Scottie Pippen's a little bit longer, a little bit taller. Right? A little bit type of a different defensive player. Scottie Pippen could give more effort on the full court effort or the full court defense. Remember, he would be picking up Magic Johnson almost full court, 3/4 court. he could give that effort because he didn't need his effort on the offensive end as much, where they needed Michael Jordan offensively to be a playmaker. Remember, Michael Jordan averaged over 11 assists a game in that series. Out Magic Johnson. He was beating Magic Johnson in assists before the last game. It was game 5 that Magic Johnson ended up surpassing Michael Jordan in assists. It was the last game. Up until that point, it was all Michael Jordan, guys. He was out magicking Magic. And the one glaring thing that people don't mention when they talk about Michael Jordan struggling against Magic Johnson, he couldn't guard Magic Johnson and this and that. I don't remember Magic Johnson guarding Michael Jordan. They won't bring that up. See, that's the funny thing about these dynamics. They'll say, oh, Michael Jordan got toasted by this guy, or Michael Jordan got beat by that guy. You listen to a fool like Rasheed Wallace speak. Yo, I saw Michael Jordan get beat out there. I saw Michael Jordan get scored on. Yeah, no, they won't get scored on. They act like Michael Jordan's not a great defensive player because people score points against Michael Jordan. No, duh. Remember, great offense will always be great defense. That's the way it works, guys. So, yes, Michael Jordan would get burned from time to time. People would score points against Michael Jordan. That don't make him not a great defensive player. Bill Russell was getting like 30, 40 points on his head by Will Chamberlain. Does that mean he's not a great defensive player? No, he's a great defensive player. Guys score on you. That's the way the game goes. It's the NBA, man. But once again, when they talk about these things, I don't remember Magic Johnson guarding Michael Jordan. And that's the funny thing is, none of these guys could guard Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan's the one that always attempted and went out there and gave the effort guarding them. People be like, oh, Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird. Come on, man. Michael Jordan beat Larry Bird in 1984 on the Olympic team. They beat down the NBA select team, guys. Beat him down. Larry Bird was on that team. So, yes, when Michael Jordan had some help, he could beat Larry Bird. Michael Jordan couldn't beat Larry Bird and the Celtics because they were a legendary team, man. And they were just a greater team. That's the way it went. Michael Jordan was a true professional, though, man. But is Larry Bird going to guard Michael Jordan on the perimeter? Is he going to slow Michael Jordan down? No, he wasn't guarding Michael Jordan. It was Dennis Johnson. It was guys like Danny Ainge. And it was double teams, triple teams on Michael Jordan. So I laugh when people say that Michael Jordan struggled against Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan couldn't do this. Magic Johnson wasn't guarding Michael Jordan because he couldn't guard Michael Jordan. That's just the way it goes. But Michael Jordan went out there and guarded Magic Johnson. And remember, in that game 3, when Scotty Pippen fouled out, guys, and the game went to overtime, it was Michael Jordan who stepped up and locked down Magic Johnson, held him to 0 points, guys, 0 assists in that overtime. Without Scotty Pippen there, it was Michael Jordan, guys. He gave the effort. Magic Johnson's a great, great player, the greatest point guard of all time. To me, he's a top 5 player in NBA's history. So it's no shame when people try to, or when Michael Jordan struggles against Magic Johnson, or Magic Johnson, makes a nice play against Michael Jordan, right? He fakes him out or scores by him or makes a nice assist, whatever the case may be. He's Magic Johnson. He's been doing that to all the great players. He used to embarrass Dennis Rodman out there too. These are the facts, y'all. Those are the observations, man. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, they were being true competitors out there. I'm talking about true competitors, man. They were going out there and earning it. They were going at each other, man. I'm telling you, man, that was like remember they talked about that? The greatest game that no one ever seen was that game in Monte Carlo in the USA Dream Team, right? When they were playing against each other. And why was it such a great game? Because of the competitiveness of those guys. Magic Johnson's team versus Michael Jordan's team. Same thing in the 1991 NBA Finals, guys. It's the competitiveness of someone like a Magic Johnson, the leadership of a Magic Johnson, right? Like I said, going out there and making it happen, man. It didn't matter. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts, man. That's one of the greatest finals I've ever seen, man. Michael Jordan's performance in that, like I said, man, second to none. Like I said, out Magic Johnson, guarding Magic Johnson, running the offense, playmaking, leading the team in the first NBA Finals. When a lot of people, most people, were picking the LA Lakers to beat the Bulls based off their experience and their effort, their hustle, and someone like Magic Johnson, guys. These are the facts, man. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.